There are many elements to worship: introit, prelude, gathering songs, call and response, Christ candle, silent prayers, corporate prayers, joyful music, taizé music, communion, meditation, holding hands, raising your hands, the organ, tambourines, dramatized scripture, quietly read scripture, messages, and sermons. On Sundays, we choose which elements to put into 1 hour to provide an experience where people can connect to God. Currently, we use these elements at the 9 o'clock service, some of them at the 8 o'clock service, and we try to do it again at 10:30. But at 10:30, we rearrange the music so the musicians can go home and the choir leaves after they sing. Our children's program is abbreviated. The worship planning team has the role of making sure that Bothell United Methodist Church provides passionate worship experiences for God to speak to our community in many different ways. For people in times of stress, people in times of great joy, people on different places in their faith journey. For introverts and extroverts, people who are some or all of those things throughout the year. For people in our community in whatever season they are in. In order to provide our community with diverse ways to connect to God, the worship planning team would like to take a step towards offering 3 distinct worship services on Sunday mornings. Please visualize a possibility for our Sunday mornings. At 8 o'clock, we offer an informal, contemplative service in the chapel that connects the community of worshipers in communion, soft music, prayer, reflection, scripture, and a sermon. It would include a Christ candle, invocation, community concerns, and a benediction. At 9 o'clock, the service is classic, with deep roots in Methodist traditions, and includes the full chancel choir, a prelude, call and response call to worship, the Apostles' Creed. There is a sermon, offering, the doxology, and prayers. Children gather together briefly and are invited to Sunday school for the hour. Lay worship leaders are involved as ushers, reading scripture, sharing mission moments, and making announcements. At 10:30, the service is a casual, friendly service with gathering songs, a welcome invitation into God's presence, Bible reading, sharing about community service opportunities, prayers of thanksgiving. Song leaders encourage participative singing, and there is an interactive sermon from the pastor and a time to understand and offer our gifts. Children's church is held in the chapel during this time for age-appropriate singing, praying, scripture readings or dramas, and a children's sermon. This does not mean that there will be 3 new worship services that you will not recognize. In fact, the goal would be to pull from our experiences that we have already had: intergenerational services, taizé services, summer evening worship services, and our current Sunday morning worship. The goal is to be able to offer more complete, passionate worship experiences with consistent and predictable identity at each of the services. The 3 different services would have a different spirituality, yet each will be recognizable as being completely and wholly Bothell United Methodist Church.